right, Charlie, I want to ask you this. I want you to think about this. I mean, you went in as a kid. I'm guessing you went in as a different person than the person you were when you left Vietnam. Can you describe that for the folks at all?
Well, when I come back, I don't like crowds. I stay away from crowds and that, and to this day now, if my wife is sitting someplace else and I don't hear her and she sneezes or something, I still jump. 4th of July, I don't care for her at all.
Because of the fireworks?
Yeah, the fireworks and the big booms and that you don't know of because you're over in Vietnam. And
that still comes back to you, even now?
Yep.
There was a definite change in your personality. Did you recognize that change when you left, Charlie, or?
Not really, but then everybody said I had a temper, which I didn't have before. My third wife here, and the first 2 times was because of my anger management and everything.
What kind of reception did you receive when you came back home?
I didn't. We had to come in the back way and change clothes because when we come around front, they called you women killers and baby killers and all that. Protesters out in front of it, front did.
And that had to have an effect on you as well.
Yeah, some welcome home.
Yeah.
And I didn't tell my folks nothing when I was coming home. And I called them up, and they asked me where I was at, so I told them Rapid City Regional Airport. Yep, just live and learn, I guess. When I got out of the service, I milked cows on dairies, and I worked on ranches most of my life. And the last 12 years before I retired, I drove truck.
Away from people, it seems like, too.
Yep.
I mean, working on a ranch or driving a truck, you're pretty much on your own for good reason. Because of the experiences you had in Vietnam.
And the other one was when I got a letter in the mail back in 2005 with my dog tags in it that they found from Vietnam. This couple went over there for a search for, people that's wounded, that died.
The missing in action?
Yeah, and they found my dog tags. And evidently they found me through the Army or whatever, and they shipped them to me and sent me my dog tags back.
Did they tell you where they found your dog tags?
Nope. And I've seen a lot of bad stuff over there. What gets me is these people nowadays, I know of a few of them that was never out in the field, but they get 100% disability because they work behind the desk and they got a paper cut or something, and they knew how to work the system.
That angers you.
You betcha it does.
That would anger most people.
And another thing that really angers me, I don't have nothing against the National Guard, but nowadays when they go to Iraq or Iran or something, they shake their hand, the governor and everything, and have a parade for them and this when they come back and that, and we didn't get nothing. Squally did. That really ticks me off.
And it still upsets you.
Yeah.
I mean, even after all these years. And I can understand. Again, I go back to the fact that especially after what you saw and what you experienced and watched some of your buddies get killed over there, and then to not be recognized at all for the courage that you exhibited.
The most memorable thing after I come back that really got to me was the quilt of valor, but then...
Can you tell us a little bit about that quilt?
The quilts of valor is for veterans that served in the service, and it's just something to recognize them with. For the way they come home and what they got and everything, it's just something to honor them for.
Okay, let me ask you this. How long did it take from the time you left the service until the time you were recognized with this quilt of valor? How many years?
From 69 till 2023.
And that's the reason why News Center 1 loves doing these interviews. We need to recognize our veterans, and we need to thank them so much for the sacrifices and the putting their careers on hold while they served our country.
And when I got back and I got my PTSD, and then I went to Hot Springs to get reevaluated again a couple years ago, and that guy says, you could tell you changed a lot, because what if I would have done this instead of done that, would have happened or something, or changed my life or something. After I got out, I got this habit now that I went to Vietnam. I got 2 Purple Hearts. I beat cancer once on my right kidney, and life is too short to put up with anybody's BS, and I say it like it is. If they don't like it, it's tough.
And you deserve, and Charlie, let me tell you, you deserve to say it like it is.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for the service.
You're welcome.
And I hope people do recognize you and thank you for what you've gone through.